So what type of schooling did you have to take to become an orthodontist?
So to become an orthodontist, you have to do 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of dental school, and 2 to 3 years of orthodontic residency. So it takes about 10 to 11 years to become an orthodontist.
What is your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of the job is getting to know families. I love creating beautiful smiles. Like when you create beautiful smiles, you know that you make people happy. And I just love that building a relationship. Like I wouldn't have known the Justice if they didn't come to my office. And, you know, this is important to me, you know, reaching out and building a relationship.
What is your least favorite part?
My least favorite part is, I wouldn't say like least, but really in every orthodontic office, the biggest challenge is managing your staff. I'm very blessed to have the staff that I have, but really we didn't learn that in school. We had like one class of practice management, but we didn't know how to do business. You know, we didn't know how to do accounting, not unless you did that a little bit in high school, a little bit in undergrad, but there's so many things that you have to learn in owning a business. So I've been in practice since 2000, so really I've developed, you know, the skill. But during the beginning years of my career, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? You know, you have to hire, so you're the HR, you're the manager, you're the orthodontist, you're the cleaner sometimes if you're short staffed. But I would say that's the most challenging part of
how many years of school did you take?
So it's, like I said, to become an orthodontist, about 10 to 11 years. So I did my master's in orthodontics and at the same time residency. So in order for me to practice as an orthodontist you have to do your residency. But in order for me to be able to teach someday at the university, because they already tapped me to see if I can teach, but I thought I'll wait a little bit till my kids are a little older. So it's just 1 day a week to give back, and you have to have your master's in science in dentistry. And so I did that. So I did the double. I was already in school, might as well do it all at the same time. So when I decided I want to teach, then I already have the degree.
If someone wanted to become an orthodontist or dentist, is there like any internships or they could get for the profession?
Yes, absolutely. So right now, say you are, what grade are you in now? 10th. You're in 10th grade. So I get invited every year to the pre-med club because there are some students that are very interested in becoming dentists, orthodontists, nurses, medical doctors. And then I speak about my career, and then they ask more questions, and then they start saying, okay, is it okay if I job shadow? So that's the first thing, because it's really the field that you want to be in. So you go into the office and you observe. It's probably easier for you because you're already in treatment, and so you're like, oh, okay, so they're, this is what they do. And if it's something that you like, and you're like, you know what, I can incorporate this into my lifestyle. I like being able to interact with people, being able to create beautiful smiles, being able to be called a doctor, and being able to contribute to the community, then go for it. But there are preparations too. You can go to, if you want to do dental assisting first, then you can go to Snow Isle. You can go to a lot of dental assisting schools. And if you feel like, you know what, I want to do more, then you can be a hygienist. So go to school to become a hygienist. And then if you want to do more, then go to dental school. And if you want to do more, then go to orthodontic school. So, but if you right off the bat that you say, you know what, I want to be an orthodontist, just go straight for that goal. It's kind of like, running a marathon. If you don't have a goal, and you're a good runner, what's going to happen, right? You're not going to get there. So you have to have that goal. And even if it's a goal that's big, even if you dream big, that's how it's supposed to be. Because you don't want to undermine yourself and say, oh, I cannot do it. But believe in yourself that you can do it, and it's going to happen.
Do you work a lot of hours during the week?
You know what? This is I'm an early person, so don't talk to me at 9 o'clock because I'm already loopy, but I wake up at 4:20 and then I work out at 5 to 6. So 6 to 7, I come to work and then do my paperwork when it's quiet. I do my treatment planning, I email the doctors, I do all sorts of things that hour, and then I go back home, get ready, get my kids ready for school, and then leave, drop the kids off at school, and then go to work and then see patients. So spending a lot of time in the office, yes I do, but I try not to steal a lot of family time. So even if I wake up a little bit early to get some things done, my kids are asleep. But in the evening, I'm theirs. So that's the one thing about being a mom. You have to find a balance, but it's not impossible. You can be a mom and you can be an orthodontist. So it's just a matter of I always teach my kids, okay, make sure you learn how to manage your time. You can't just dawdle and say 2 hours.
Is there stress associated with this job?
You know what's funny? It's when I get home and I'm happy, I thought, what an amazing job I have. Because I come home and I still have energy for my kids. There are some moments I'm like, I share with my husband or my kids, this is what happened during the day. But they have to know what happened during the day. That way they understand that, this is the most stressful thing. But I don't think I've ever had a moment where, I don't ever want to be an orthodontist. I want to quit. Never in my life, because this is my passion. Like, there's always that joy when I come to work. And I feel like I have a mission. I feel like the Lord has placed me in this position to, as an orthodontist, as a ministry more than a job. So,
what is the best advice you give to someone who would want to go with a dentist?
the best advice. Number one, can you take, can you stand that sight of saliva, the mouth, keep looking at people's mouth. That's the first thing. If you can't stand that, then I don't think you want to pursue. Like if you're squeamish and you're like, no, I can't look at blood, or I can't look at saliva, or, then start thinking about not doing it. But the best advice that I could give is, if you, at this early point in your life, that you have that inkling in your heart to become an orthodontist, then just go for that. Just follow that path, and you will get there. But if you're kind of, I want to do this, I want to do that, that's kind of hard, because you really don't have a direction. But just have that direction laid out, and
That's what I mean, awesome. What types of college classes did you take?
yeah, for college classes, like I said, take any science-based class. Just major in that. You can do biochemistry, biology. You'll never go wrong. In the event that you decide that you don't want to be an orthodontist, when you get your undergrad degree, there are other avenues that you can take. Like I said, you can go to medical school. You can do nursing. You can do hygiene. You can do all sorts of things. But I would say establish that science-based classes, and even right off the bat. Because are you guys doing Running Start? No. Okay, so so enjoy your high school. And Running Start is not for everybody, but if you can, get a lot of college credits during your high school, and then there's not a lot of classes that you need to take from undergrad in the beginning, the first couple of years.
So it's science-based, like orthodontics?
Yes. Orthodontics is science. Yeah.